So, beautiful people, it is day 7 of our 7-day positivity challenge. And guess what? You made it. A whole week of positivity. I know some of you have had your own unique experiences during this week of positivity, and I would love to learn more about it. So make sure you text me, DM me, comment below, and share your experience with me. I would really love to hear how this has shifted your perspective, your mentality, whatever it might be. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be acknowledging each and every one of you that participated in the challenge. I'm also going to be sharing with you today's prompt, all right? It's day 7, and I have a special little surprise for you in today's prompt. And I have found this particular practice that I'm going to be sharing with you really beneficial and transformative in my own life, okay? So keep watching, and we'll move into acknowledgements. All right, acknowledgements. Now, before I acknowledge each and every one of you individually, let me emphasize how important I believe this is. With my own life experience, I grew up as an athlete, a star athlete in my high school. I was a relatively good student, but at the end of the day, I didn't really feel acknowledged. And that's no fault of my parents. I think they just didn't know how to do that themselves. However, as I've gotten older, I've realized how not being acknowledged, not being seen, not being heard actually can be really detrimental to your overall personal growth, your personal development. So for me, during this challenge, one of my big takeaways is realizing how important it is to be seen, to be heard, and to be acknowledged, to be celebrated. And I'm gonna coin those three things as SA, S-H-A, SA, to be SA, or show SA. So when you're showing SA to people, you're showing them that you see them, you hear them, and then you acknowledge them. So showing SA to people, and that's what I want to do in this last video of the challenge. So acknowledgements. Drew Ross, I saw you every single day of the positivity challenge. I know you shared your posts at the Positivity Circle on my website, and they were quite thoughtful, and it took me back to our conversations that we had to have at school during our prep periods. So I really appreciate you for participating and acknowledge your amazing writing skills, because it was great seeing your actual writing in practice. Akemi Rico, thank you so much for participating. I know you have all your own things going on, but I see you, and I loved your little twist. One of my favorite posts you put up was with you and your cat, Sita, and you put pOZitivity with P-A-W-Z. I think it was P-A-W-S or something like that, but pOZitivity. That was very nice. Kelly Orlando, I see you, and I hear you, and I acknowledge you for starting to share your music with the world. I know you've been on your own little journey, and I intuitively feel that this will be a stepping stone for you moving forward in sharing your music with the world. Svetlana, thank you so much for participating. I could see you putting your own little artistic skills and your photography skills into your posts. It was very beautiful. Catherine, thank you so much for sharing your art, and thank you so much for your own little shout outs in our staff circle, our staff huddle. I really appreciate it. And one of the things I love the most about you is your genuine optimism and authenticity. And Elizabeth, I want to acknowledge you. I realized that this actually challenged you a little bit, so I appreciate you not quitting. I see that you pushed through a lot of internal blocks, so I wanted to acknowledge you for that and really encourage you to keep on going with your positivity. What I appreciated the most about your post was the thought you put into the captions. I'm watching you start to discover your voice and express who you are and what you're about, so keep going. Lucero, Lucy, thank you so much for participating in the challenge as well. One of the things I appreciate the most is the genuineness of your smile, the kindness and the softness in your words when you're speaking and sharing your positivity. So I really celebrate and acknowledge your contribution to the challenge. Thank you so much. Mr. Logan, thank you so much for sharing your artistic expression in this challenge. I know we don't know each other that well. We've had our experiences together with TFA, and then we've met here and there, and we both ran SRLA. But one of the things I appreciated the most about your positivity post is, again, your artistic expression. I knew you were a musician and you do raps and stuff, but I didn't realize your artistic talent goes across many boards, many areas of artistic endeavors. So I highly encourage you to keep expressing that. There's a lot of people in this world that would feel inspired, that are actually waiting for you to level up a little bit and inspire them to express their genuine, authentic self. So Logan, keep sharing your art with the world, because it's going to have a profound effect. Miss Megan Joy, thank you so much. I remember meeting you for the first time. We were at a workshop, and you were one of those people that when I first saw you, I was like, this is a beautiful, positive, amazing soul. And I really appreciate having individuals like you as part of this challenge, because you show other people what it's like to be positive in an effortless sort of way. I've been doing this quite a while, and I've noticed that some people actually really have to push themselves to be positive. And what I loved about your post is the ease in which you just shared your positivity, you exuded your positivity. So thank you so much for participating. And lastly, Susie from England, she came to us all the way across the pond. I want to acknowledge you for your communication. You, out of the people that have participated, you started a dialogue with me the most, and I really appreciate that, because you gave a lot of insights to me as the person leading the challenge. And I am really thankful for the audio clips that you shared with me in one of the previous emails, because it shows me that you actually heard me and you seen me, acknowledged me, because I mentioned my visual impairment and how audio is much easier for me. So I have a feeling you picked up on that and you took that into consideration. So thank you for that. And it's that type of awareness and that type of acute attunement to other individuals that I think you really bring to this world. So thanks for participating, and keep staying positive. Now, a few honorable mentions. Melanie Diaz, thanks for participating. Dan, thanks for participating. I know with challenges like this, people get excited, they want to participate, but then life comes up, circumstances come up, so they're not able to finish the full week. However, getting started is the important part, all right? Just because you plant a seed and it doesn't grow right away doesn't mean that it's not there germinating. So those of you that initially signed up and you didn't quite finish the challenge with us, stay positive, keep nurturing that seed of positivity, and it'll grow into something beautiful. Now, with acknowledgements done, let's move into today's prompt. The prompt for day 7 is celebrate your wins. And the way in which you're going to celebrate your wins is with a jar of awesome. So I'll talk about that in a moment. But before I do, I want to celebrate some of my wins this year. From I would say September up until March, I ran with a organization here in the LA called Students Run LA, and I ran many races, but I got 4 medals, and the one I'm most proud of is the LA Marathon medal. Now, a lot of people train for a marathon, even fewer people actually finish the marathon, so it's a huge accomplishment and an achievement that I want to celebrate for myself. And the reason that's important is because I'm practicing SAW. That's seen, heard, and acknowledged for myself. I'm seeing myself, I'm hearing myself, and acknowledging myself for my wins, my accomplishments, all right? So pretty excited that I did this. And then with SRLA, we run all these races and we help train with the students of Los Angeles. So it's a really great organization. And why do I share this? Because it's important to celebrate your wins. It's important to celebrate who you are and what you've done in life, whether it's a small win, medium win, large win, or a life-changing win. And if you don't do that, you're going to end up, as life goes by, feeling resentful, feeling dissatisfied, feeling a little bit lesser than you can be. Celebrating your wins is also an act of self-worth and of acknowledging yourself. And the way in which you can celebrate your wins is with what I like to call the jar of awesome practice. The jar of awesome practice. So what is that, you might ask? So all you do is get some sort of jar. I have like a mason jar, and I wrote jar of awesome on it. Yay. And you have some cards. So I have like just blank business cards that you can get at Staples or something. And whenever you have a win, large, small, medium, whatever it might be, you pause. And I have written the date on mine. So you write the date on it, and you write what your win is, and you put it in your jar of awesome. All right? Now, this is you taking some time to pause and enjoy your accomplishment. Now, where this really comes in handy is when on those days that you're having a really tough time, say you're just in one of those moods, right? And you're trying to reframe stuff, and you're trying to practice smiling, but you just can't get out of your funk, your sadness, your negative mood. What you can do is get your jar of awesome, pull out the cards, right? Have a list of cards, and you can actually read to yourself everything that you've done, all your accomplishments. Tony Robbins is known for saying people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in a decade. So these pOZitivity, or these jar of awesome cards, are meant to show you how far you've really come. So my medals are also part of my jar of awesome, so that on those days that I don't feel like training, or that I'm beating myself up for not accomplishing something, I can look at something like this and say, hey man, you finished the marathon. It was painful, it was hard, but you finished. So you got this, all right? So create your own jar of awesome for this pOZitivity challenge, to finish this pOZitivity challenge, and then in your pOZitivity post, share an image, a video of your jar of awesome, all right? So again, here's mine, and it's a little mason jar, and I would put my medal in it if it would fit, but it doesn't. So create your jar of awesome, share it with us, and again, congratulations for completing the 7-day pOZitivity challenge. Keep an eye out for an email I'm going to be sending you, because there's more coming down the line. All right? I see you, I hear you, and I acknowledge you. Ciao.